Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Hey guys, HW. Seeing that I whacked up the City to Surf video this week, I don't have my normal video up. I thought I'd jump on and do a bit of a live stream this evening. Today in Sydney it got up to 19 degrees Celsius. Let's get these other headphones out of my ears. Yeah, it got up to 19 degrees Celsius and the wind's from the northeast. So it was a reasonably nice day, the sun was out. But I'm now looking at this map on what's upcoming for this week in Sydney, starting tomorrow. It's another massive rain event. You can see the bottom part of, or the bottom half of the Australian map there. We're apparently going to get 7 days of rain. Great, just what we needed. The ground's already muddy as hell. I'll just quickly whip around and give you a look at me. There I am, in my home office. But can you believe it? And when I was driving home, I wish I could have shown you the sunset. It was amazing. It was that real orange glow that you get in Australia for the sunsets. It was glorious. But I didn't make it back in time to grab my camera to do that. So this will have to suffice for now. But yeah, we've had so much rain, and I know you guys in the Northern Hemisphere in England, you've been getting tons of warm weather. You've been getting heat waves. The rest of Europe, Spain, France. And I know over in America there's been a bunch of wildfires again. I know there's been wildfires up in Canada as well. So you guys are getting the warm weather, and we're getting cold and rain. So if you could send us a bit of warm weather, not the extremes, but a little bit would be nice. That part of the map there, where it's orange and red, it looks like the sort of around the sort of Brisbane / Sunshine Coast of Queensland. They look like they're really going to cop it. I've heard they're going to get some hail. As I check out the rest of the news in Old Sydney Town while we're here. On news.com.au, usually I flip between this, which is Rupert Murdoch's publication, and then I look at the Sydney Morning Herald as well. And then occasionally some of the American ones too. It's a story about Leonardo DiCaprio there. I'd hardly call that a headline. A few stories about threats of gun violence in schools, but I haven't seen any of that. It might be a bit of a storm in a teacup, that one. And then there's a story about lawless teens in IGA, or lawless gangs. They do look like they're getting up to some mischief in that photo, or that little video. That was me checking my sound before. Anyway, I'm not going to be on here for too long. One thing I didn't do is I didn't have a look at any of the comments while I was here. Let me just go and grab my glasses. Hopefully that holds up while I get my glasses. Alright, let's see what these comments say. Hey Daryl. Hey Hazel. Vikram. How you going? Jersey Al Rafa in Indonesia. How you going? Another one from Hazel, another one from Daryl. And what do you say? Is it all highs or have you got questions? Vikram says he enjoys watching my videos. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm a lot better, Hazel. Got over that cold and I pulled up okay from the city to surf. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Vikram. What else is going on in Old Sydney town? Let's have a look. More overseas stories. People blowing up here about they're proposing a tax on electric vehicles here. There's a lot of Teslas and a lot of other brands getting around, the BYDs, the Chinese ones that are all electric, and at the moment people are not having to pay the rest of the motor vehicle drivers pay a fuel excise in the price of the petrol, but the electric vehicle owners don't pay much, so they're going to get hit soon if it goes ahead. Well, see, one of our terminals is going to get shut down, one of our airline terminals. Something to do with Air Canada. Air Canada's going to shut down their operations in Brisbane and Sydney. There you go. That'll be a bit annoying. Not much else happening. I'm getting ready to watch the Roosters tonight play the Bulldogs, the Canterbury Bulldogs. Roosters are trying to keep their season alive and the Bulldogs are trying to cement their spot in the top 4. So it should be a great game. I'm going to watch that. And then the Bunnies, my team, they're playing tomorrow night in Parramatta, or against Parramatta, in Parramatta. So that's going to be a do or die match for both teams as well, because they're trying to avoid winning the wooden spoon. Anyway, so not too long a stream tonight. Again, Still getting used to these live streams. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll make my way to the lounge soon to whack the game on, have some din, and you guys up in the Northern Hemisphere enjoy the rest of your evening. Those over in Europe, enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you next time. We'll definitely whack out a video next week, so I'll get back into the city, although, there might be a bit of rain about, as you can see over... Well, I've got rid of that article now. But there will be a bit of rain about, so I'll be maybe limited what I can do in the city next week. But yeah, thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll definitely see you in the city next week. Oh, Daryl, I'm jealous. You're going to go to San Francisco, eh? I wish I could zap myself there now. Next time I go, I'm going to have to spend... so you're going to be there in 2 weeks, but next time I go there, I want to at least spend a couple of weeks there and really explore around. And I'll definitely avoid all the tourist traps and get out into the suburbs, really explore the Richmond district, or the two Richmond districts, the one over the bay as well. Probably get back to Oakland and get out to some of the other surrounding suburbs. Spend a little bit of time in the city, but definitely not around the tourist traps. So if you're going to do some videos again, Daryl, I'd be stoked if you could spend a bit of time out of the city. Even if you could get over to Mill Valley. I love Mill Valley. If you can get over the bridge and get past the big redwood forest out to Mill Valley. I love Mill Valley. It reminds me of the Blue Mountains, even though it's not that elevated. Yeah, good luck with your Hazel. Hope they turn up soon. You remember in the last video I did, oh, there goes that voice control taking over again. Bit of road rage. You remember in my last video I was talking about the new Australian tourist campaign, which I hate.